Alrighty, so from wherever you are, you're going to bring yourself into a comfortable seated. We're going to be getting into a little bit of strap work to get into the arms. Now, if you don't have a strap, you can use a belt or even some kind of fabric that's a little bit longer and light, so then we can go through a couple of flossing movements of the ball and socket joints and then get into a little bit of the triceps as well. So whether you're seated like this in a kneeling position, maybe you do this standing, or maybe you're in a cross-legged position, find something that works for you, okay? And then we're going to take that strap and we're going to go right into these movements. So unravel your strap or whatever it is that you're using. You're going to be holding on to the strap a little bit more than shoulders width, with the forearms and palms facing down. And what we're going to do is nice and easy. We're going to inhale the strap overhead. And then you're going to exhale as far back as you can go. Maybe it's all the way, or maybe it's just half. Be mindful, if you need to, widen the opening of the palm grip. So then you're not tightening up through the shoulders. We don't want to be doing any kind of dislocating in through the shoulders themselves. So be easy on yourself. You're not competing against anybody, but just really pull back on the intensity. And you're just focusing more on smooth movements, going forward and back and forth. Now we're here for about a minute, okay? Timer starts now. So every time the strap comes up, make sure you're breathing. Every time your strap comes down, you exhale. So be very mindful of the sound and the quality of your breath. Good, trying to maintain a nice tall posture. You're now halfway through. 30 seconds to go. Feel free, if you want to hold certain positions at certain angles, then enjoy that there. Enjoy the opening through the chest, through the heart palate. And then you can continue that movement at any point. Okay, we've got about one slow cycle, or 2 to 3 if you're going fast. And the next time the strap comes in front of you, release it from the left arm. Keep holding on to the strap with the right palm, and then bend the elbow. Reaching the left arm back behind you to grab a hold of the strap. So basically what that looks like is one day your fingertips will touch and you're just working on walking your palms closer together down the strap. Holding here for about 30 seconds. Now feel free, you can stay static, or with a tall spine, you're gently leaning and pulsing toward the left. You're welcome to pulse and hold to the left for a few more breaths. Or just again maintain more of an upright position. Just a few more before we switch. Good. Gently release the arms. Take 3 shoulder rolls. You could drop the strap. Shoulders roll forward and up on an inhale, back and down on an exhale. Taking just a couple more. Good. And then switch. Taking that strap into your left palm, bending at the elbow, reaching the right arm behind the back, and trying to walk the fingertips together, up or down the strap. And then getting into that position where you're upright, the chest is lifted, Chin is parallel to the mat, and either finding that focal point out in front of you or introduce a little bit of that pulse. Pulsing to the right, maybe even pulse and hold. You're here for a few breaths. Good, final 2. And as you gently bring yourself up into a release, take the strap just off and away from your body. We're going to take those 3 shoulder rolls, forward and up, inhale. Back and down, exhale. 2 more. Good. Stepping the feet, knees back. From your tabletop, you're going to flip so the fingertips are reaching toward the knees, palms are down, and your forearms are facing the top of the mat. You could tuck the toes under as you start to lean the upper body back. Walking the knees closer to the fingertips will enable you to go a little bit deeper into this forearm stretch. So find what works for you, and again, we're here for the count of 30 seconds. Now, if it's too much holding that position, you could always lean out a little bit and then slowly increase the intensity as you lean the body back to get into the front of the forearms. And you're finding nice, slow, deep breaths, just a few more counts. And as you gently release, you're going to flip. So the backs of the arms come down, but keep a good 75% to 80% of your weight on your thighs, on your knees. You're not putting a lot of pressure on the tops of the hands at all, but you're just going for a quick reset release. Okay, just a counter, 15 seconds. Continue to just breathe through here. Beautiful. Gently release, coming to stand on the knees. Stretching out the back a little bit. You're going to reach the right arm up. Reach it back for the right heel option. Tuck the toes under, propping the heel so it's a little bit easier of a reach. And then reach the left arm up. Just a quick side stretch. 2 breaths. And then gently switch. Left arm up, inhale. Circle it back. Try to grab a hold of your heel. Right arm up and over. Couple breaths here. Really squeeze the glutes, lengthen and push the chest forward and up. Good. Slowly come up to a kneeling position and then a stand. So if you're close to a wall, like I am, we're going to be using it next for the shoulders and for the front of the pec line. If you're not, maybe move somewhere to a space where you can use the wall. But what you're going to do is you're going to plant the right palm down, and you're going to pretend your arm is the arm to a clock, okay? So you're going to take your palm from 3 o'clock down to 5. You're twisting the opposite way, so the entire inside of the right arm is planted on the wall, and then you're twisting your body toward the opposite direction. Your left palm can be placed wherever it feels comfortable, and we're going to hold each angle. We're just going to go for 2 after this. We're going to hold each angle for about 5 to 10 slow breaths. So yogi breaths are nice and slow, deep. You're not panting, so it feels like it's actually longer of a hold. And as you gently twist your upper body back to face the wall, take your palm up to 3 o'clock. Gently start to twist, and again, we're coming into our second hold. Try to relax the shoulder, micro bend in through the elbow. You're here for just a few more breaths. Try to soften through your toes. Good. As you gently start to release, last one, take your arm up to around that 2 o'clock. And this one might not be twisting all the way. Your palm may only be the thing that's touching the wall, while the remainder of the arm is actually a good distance from the wall. So you're just finding that angle that works for you, that release, for a couple more breaths. And then as you slowly start to release that right arm, face the top end of your mat and start to create circles for 5. Switch the direction of your circle for 5. Good, and we're going to switch sides. So reaching that right arm down toward that 7 o'clock. Forearm, bicep rests, and then you're twisting. Take a few nice, slow, deep breaths into the trunk of the body while maintaining a tall posture. As you gently release, start to take that arm up to 9 o'clock. And once again, finding that twist, finding that length, and take a micro bend in through that elbow if you feel a lot of pressure through the arm. Good, just a few more breaths. And as you mindfully release, reaching that left arm up between that 10 to 11 o'clock. Remember, the entire arm's not going to be touching the wall on this one. You're maybe half a foot away with that left foot from the wall. Right arm rests wherever it feels comfortable. Try to soften through your jaw here. Make any kind of small adjustments or position changes in through the shoulder or the rest of your body to help change the angle of the stretch. You're here for about 2 more breaths. And as you gently start to release the arm down, feet are at hips width, take those 5 circles with your left arm. And then switch directions, take 5 the other way. From here, slowly start to lower down onto the knees. If there's any final release poses that you need, find your release and then come into your child's pose.